They say a U.S. Navy destroyer vanished, then reappeared, its crew fused with the ship. The year was 1943. World War II raged across the globe, and deep within the heavily guarded docks of the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard, a top-secret experiment was allegedly underway. An experiment so audacious, so far beyond the science of the era, it would birth one of history's most enduring and chilling conspiracy theories. The tale claims the USS Eldridge, a destroyer escort, was subjected to a classified Navy project known as Project Rainbow. Its goal? To render the ship invisible to enemy radar. But the story takes a dark, impossible turn, suggesting the experiment achieved far more than mere invisibility. According to the most sensational accounts, on October 28, 1943, the Eldridge simply vanished. A brilliant flash of blue-green light, a ripple in the air, and then nothing. The ship and its crew were gone, only to reappear moments later, miles away in Norfolk, Virginia, before snapping back to Philadelphia. But the horror wasn't just the teleportation. When the Eldridge allegedly reappeared, its crew had suffered unimaginable fates. Men were reportedly fused into the ship's metal bulkheads, driven mad, or simply gone. A chilling price for a fleeting glimpse into the unknown. This incredible narrative wasn't born in the halls of the Pentagon, but rather from the pen of a man named Morris K. Jessup. A self-taught astronomer and author, Jessup became the unlikely catalyst for the legend in the mid-1950s. Jessup had published a book on UFOs, The Case for the UFOs, in 1955. Soon after, he received a series of bizarre letters from a man identifying himself as Carlos Allende. Allende claimed to have witnessed the Eldridge's disappearance firsthand. Allende's letters were rambling, filled with strange syntax and wild claims. He spoke of the Eldridge's teleportation, the crew's horrifying injuries, and hinted at Einstein's involvement in the experiment, linking it to a unified field theory. Jessup, intrigued but skeptical, initially dismissed Allende's claims. But the story gained traction when the Office of Naval Research received an annotated copy of Jessup's book, filled with handwritten notes in 3 different styles, one of which matched Allende's. These annotations discussed the Philadelphia experiment in detail, confirming Allende's account and adding even more fantastical elements. The Navy, perhaps out of curiosity or concern, even arranged a meeting between Jessup and the men who had sent the annotated book. This bizarre sequence of events, culminating in Jessup's mysterious death in 1959, officially ruled a suicide, fueled the nascent conspiracy. Was Jessup silenced for getting too close to the truth? The seed of the legend was firmly planted. Let's examine the core claims. Could the USS Eldridge have truly teleported? The scientific consensus is a resounding no. Current understanding of physics offers no mechanism for such an event, especially not in the 1940s. The idea of a unified field theory being used for invisibility or teleportation is often attributed to Einstein. While Einstein did pursue such a theory, it was a theoretical framework aimed at unifying gravity and electromagnetism, not a blueprint for cloaking devices. What about the Navy's involvement? The U.S. Navy officially denies any knowledge of an experiment involving invisibility or teleportation. They acknowledge the Eldridge's existence and its service, but firmly state the ship was never involved in such a project. However, the Navy did conduct experiments related to magnetic degaussing during WW2. Degaussing was a technique to reduce a ship's magnetic signature, making it less vulnerable to magnetic mines and torpedoes. This involved wrapping ships in electrical cables and running currents through them. This degaussing process, with its strong electromagnetic fields and electrical discharges, could potentially explain some of the more grounded aspects of the legend. Flashes of light, unusual electrical phenomena, even crew discomfort might have occurred. And the sudden appearance and disappearance. The USS Eldridge was indeed in Philadelphia in late 1943. Naval records confirm its movements. It was never simultaneously in Norfolk and Philadelphia. The idea of instantaneous travel is simply unsubstantiated. What about Carlos Allende? His real name was Carl M. Allen. Researchers have largely concluded that Allen suffered from mental health issues and was a fantasist. His letters, while compelling, lack any credible, verifiable evidence. The tragic details of the crew fused with the ship are particularly gruesome, but no medical or historical records from the USS Eldridge or any other vessel support such claims. These are the hallmarks of sensational fiction, not documented fact. So where does that leave us? The Philadelphia experiment at its core appears to be a powerful blend of a real but mundane, degaussing experiment, misinterpreted or exaggerated by a troubled individual, and then amplified by a curious author. It's a testament to how easily a germ of truth, combined with an active imagination and a dash of mystery, can blossom into an elaborate, enduring legend. The human mind craves the extraordinary, even when faced with the ordinary. The story of the USS Eldridge and its alleged teleportation serves as a cautionary tale. It highlights the importance of critical thinking, of demanding verifiable evidence, and of separating dramatic narrative from documented reality. The allure of a hidden truth, a suppressed government secret, is powerful. It makes us question. It makes us wonder. But sometimes the most compelling stories are precisely that, stories woven from threads of fact and generous amounts of fiction. While the Philadelphia experiment continues to fascinate, its fantastical elements remain firmly in the realm of myth. The real mystery isn't what the Navy did, but how a simple degaussing operation could evolve into such an epic, terrifying legend. Delve deeper into another chilling historical cover-up in our next investigation.